Every year, thousands of cattle farmers invest everything in the most productive cow in the world and end up losing money, not for lack of effort, not because of bad luck, but because they chose the wrong cow for the wrong place. And today, you're going to understand exactly why there are 4 breeds that dominate the world's dairy industry, each with a different profile, different costs, different resilience. We're going to pit them against each other on what really matters. Not how many liters they produce, but how much money they leave in your pocket at the end of the month. There's a winner that almost nobody has on their list when they start. And there's a famous one that, depending on where you live, can turn into your worst financial decision. We start from number 4. Number 4. The champion that can sink you. The Holstein is the most recognized cow on the planet. Black and white, brutal production. Numbers that impress at any cattle convention, between 10,000 and 15,000 liters per lactation under optimal conditions. Some elite animals top 20,000. She's a walking milk factory, and for decades, she was the symbol of success in the industry. But there's something nobody tells you at those conventions. For those numbers to happen, the Holstein needs an almost artificial environment, a cold or controlled climate, top-tier facilities, a diet calculated to the gram with extremely expensive concentrates. She isn't a cow. She's an engineering project that only works under perfect conditions. Take her out of that environment and the system collapses. In hot climates, heat stress can crash her production by up to 40%. Her fertility drops, her defenses weaken, and she becomes vulnerable to mastitis, metabolic problems, and leg injuries, all conditions that generate veterinary bills that silently eat away your profit margin. And her body, designed exclusively to produce volume, has no reserves to survive in adversity. The result? High gross income and even higher costs. For the producer, who has the perfect system in the perfect climate, the Holstein can be extraordinary. For everyone else, she's a high-risk bet where the house almost always wins. Number 4. Powerful but expensive to maintain. Number 3. The one that survives where the others die. If the Holstein is a laboratory athlete, the Gyr is a warrior, forged over centuries in the most hostile conditions on the planet. Originally from India, this breed, with its convex forehead, long ears, and characteristic hump, was shaped by brutal natural selection, surviving extreme heat on low-quality pastures in areas infested with parasites, and she learned to do it extraordinarily well. Where a Holstein would be on the verge of productive collapse, a Gyr keeps grazing calmly. Her veterinary costs are minimal. She doesn't need expensive concentrates. Her hump isn't just for looks. It's an energy reserve that lets her stay productive when food is scarce. She's the definition of low maintenance. Her milk, though modest in volume, between 2,000 and 2,500 kilograms per lactation under average conditions, is extraordinary in quality. Fat between 4.5% and 5.5%. And, what makes her especially valuable, it contains beta-casein A2, a protein that more and more consumers are actively seeking as an alternative to conventional milk. In markets where that's paid for, the Gyr can be highly profitable. So why is she in 3rd place? Because without that differentiated market, her limited volume puts a natural ceiling on profits. She's the lowest risk investment on this list. 0 unpleasant surprises, predictable costs, a long productive life. But to scale up, she needs either a specific market willing to pay for quality or to be combined with something else. And this is where the story gets interesting. Number 2. The smartest per kilo of feed. The Jersey came from a small island in the English Channel and has spent decades proving that size doesn't determine profitability. At just 400 to 500 kilograms of body weight, she produces between 3,300 and 5,000 liters per lactation in grazing systems, with high genetic animals exceeding that figure. Less volume than the Holstein, yes, but here's the trick that changes the whole analysis. Her milk has between 4.5% and 5.5% fat and up to 3.8% protein. That means you need much less Jersey milk to produce 1 kilogram of cheese, butter, or yogurt than with Holstein milk. For the dairy products industry, solids are everything, and the Jersey is a solids factory inside a compact body that eats little. Do the math. She eats more than 50% less than a Holstein. She generates higher income per liter in markets that pay for quality. She has fewer leg problems, higher fertility, easier calvings, and lives productively longer. Every extra year of productive life is one more lactation, one more calf, one more source of income that no opening balance sheet accounted for. Her only weak point is transparent. If the payment system where you operate is based exclusively on liters of volume, with no bonus for solids, her lower production puts her at a numerical disadvantage against the Holstein. In that specific scenario, she loses ground. But in any analysis that includes the real costs of feed, health, and productive life, the Jersey wins most of the calculations. A well-earned silver medal, and in many contexts, she can fight for the gold. Number 1. The one that won without demanding perfect conditions. Brazil had a problem. Tropical and subtropical climates aren't the natural habitat of high-production European cows. The Holstein suffered, costs shot up, margins vanished. The solution they found wasn't to adapt the climate, it was to create the cow. They crossed the production of the Holstein with the resilience of the gear, generation after generation, adjusting the proportions until they reached a standard that today dominates tropical dairy farming across Latin America. The Girolando, 5/8 Holstein, 3/8 gear. It's not a genetic accident. It's engineering applied to profitability. And the result is exactly what the process promised. From the Holstein, she inherits real dairy potential, between 3,500 and 6,000 kilograms per lactation under normal conditions, with high genetic merit animals topping 8,000 kilograms. That's volume that generates concrete cash flow, not just theoretical income under ideal conditions. From the gear, she inherits what, in the tropics, is worth as much as production itself. Resistance to heat and humidity, tolerance to parasites, lower susceptibility to disease, sustained fertility in difficult climates, and an ability to turn grass into milk without depending on costly concentrates. What that means in real money is direct. The two biggest expenses on a tropical dairy farm are feed and animal health. The Girolando reduces both categories simultaneously while maintaining competitive production. You don't need industrial facilities. You don't need an artificial cold climate. You don't need a nutritionist calculating diets to the gram every week. You need a good pasture, basic management, and the right genetics. And with that, the Girolando delivers. She isn't the cow that gives the most liters under laboratory conditions. She's the cow that generates the most money in the real world, where most of the cattle farmers in this region operate. That difference is exactly what separates a good statistic from a good business. The most common mistake in cattle farming isn't choosing the least productive cow. It's choosing the most productive one without considering the environment where she's going to live. The Holstein is extraordinary in the right place and the right system. The Gear is a guarantee of survival in extreme conditions. The Jersey is the queen of efficiency, where quality is paid for. And the Girolando is the smartest answer for anyone operating in a hot climate who wants sustained profitability without depending on perfect conditions. Volume is vanity, margin is sanity. And the most profitable breed isn't the one that impresses on paper, but the one that best adapts to your land, your climate, and your pocket. Now I ask you, which of these breeds do you have on your farm? And what has your real experience been with the costs? Write it in the comments. What we learn together is worth more than any statistic.